Welcome back. Wow.
Yep.
She didn't harmonize with me, yo. That's so crazy. Anyways, welcome
I was
back.
going to, but you hit it so nice. I was like, I don't even want to hit that. Go ahead and let it rock
Boy,
out.
it needs to
But
get
y'all already
harmonized
know
with
what
a
it
real
is.
one, boy.
Y'all already know.
Welcome
Yeah.
back. Welcome back. My name is Keirra, and this is Unpaid Invoices, a safe space for creatives.
And I am Denique Mache, where we talk business boundaries and everything in between because you already know we get it.
We
And
get it. We so get it.
jumping right into it,
We like so get it. We like so get it.
really get it.
We like really get it.
Overly get it.
Oh, really get it. Which is very true because we've seen some shit happening locally this week that I was like,
Exponentially
I
get it.
understand that. Would I do that? No, but I understand it. Um,
Been
let's
there, done that
get
type of vibes, but yeah.
yeah, man, life is life. Life is king. But as we do around here, if this is your first time listening, we love to start off with a simple check-in. You know, you gotta see what's going on in thy friend neck of thy wood. So, friend, how is your neck of thy wood?
It's pretty nice. It's pretty vibey.
Pretty
No
vibey. It's
issues,
a
no
vibey wood,
complaints.
folks. It's a vibey wood.
It's Bobby Wood. It is a consistent. Well,
Okay.
it is a trying to remain focused.
Oof.
Woods. So,
Yes.
yeah. How about you?
The woods of focus are over here as well. um,
Yeah. We're
I'm,
at the end of the year, man. It's just feeling
yeah,
like
that's pretty much
I'm in
it.
hermit mode naturally, and I'm trying not to be, but also I'm not fighting it.
I don't
So it's
even
just
feel like it's
like
hermit mode. It's kind of like I just don't really have no energy to put towards anything else other than what
I just am still sowing seeds right now, and it's just like I don't
yeah.
care for
If
the,
it's not a seed that I really want to put my energy towards. Also, too, because my time is very limited, and it definitely feels
yeah.
like if I'm not doing something or like you said, like planning, like working towards a seed or working towards a goal, then it's like I'm either watching TV or like vegging
Yeah, I'm
out
just
or
not social right
sleep.
now, I think, naturally.
Yeah, which is
Not
not
as
to
social.
well, I would say like social because I think a lot of people too think like social means you got to just be out and about all the time, and it's like you don't gotta be all the time as long as you still talking to your circle of people who you deem able to converse with in times, and I feel like that's still being social as long as you don't go zero dark 30
No, but I mean like social as in what you just said.
of
Like you
going
stepping
out.
out and you kind of online a lot. Yeah, I'm just not. I'm just kind of like, let me get my stuff in order. I don't know. That's just how I'm feeling. But and I don't know. Maybe that's the New Year energy. I kind of always feel like that before the New Year.
I don't
Like,
know.
let
I'm
me get my
definitely in
shit
a
together.
zone of a zone of the mood boarding and vision boarding and getting everything prepped for the new year. I feel like these last couple of weeks, which I also feel like December is about to fly by.
It always is. I mean,
I
it's like,
honestly feel like the next 3 months are about to fly by. That's me
yeah,
personally.
it's about to blink. We're about to be in March.
Yeah, I think we're gonna tink and boop, bam, it's May. like it's about to kind of fly by. I feel like the first half of the months are. But yeah, other than that, I it's pretty good over here. I'm not complaining. I'm figuring some things out. I feel like my reaction to things are allowing me to find answers and not spiral out. And that's always a good thing. We love a
You have to hit
non-spiral situation, even though some of the situations were very like at this
spiral
point,
worthy.
yeah, they were very trying. But yeah, able to
Sometimes
push
it feels like
through
that. Some-
and give it a good, very much so. But yes, did you have anyone this week who you wanted to throw out for a little spotlight situation?
I do not.
A little insight, Oklahoma insight? No,
I
I didn't
do
have
not.
anyone either.
But we
Well,
can
actually,
always put
no,
it
I
out.
lied. That's not true. I wanted to talk about another 30 for 30 black gentleman, Mr. Blackbird, Mr.
Oh,
Justin Broyles. He also was acknowledged for his work, which I do remember roughly around the time when he started being like really consistent and posting his content. And so I am very happy
I didn't
that
have those
he's
girls.
doing the things. Yeah, he's on the list. And a couple other actual influencers in the city, who've been doing things were invited to the party in the list. I love it. I feel like keep doing your thing. Like it's all the microcosm of Oklahoma, and I feel like it's not a was it crabs in a barrel type of situation. It's a
Yeah.
everyone is rising to the top, and it's like cream, and we all just about to be a nice little latte, just chilling in Oklahoma. Like it's about to
Not a
be,
nice little latte.
like I don't know. I think that's soon come, soon upon us. I know everyone has been saying that Oklahoma is going through this renaissance. I know we've been saying it. I've heard a couple other people saying it. And so yeah, I'm really excited for what's happening. Those are a few of the people that I've seen on the list. I've seen people dropping a lot of photo stuff here in the city.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that you
Honestly, bro, I have not been on socials for real, like I should be.
when she says socials, y'all, she's saying Instagram.
Yeah,
She don't like that app,
I
which is
really
fair
don't.
because
I
I
really
really am
haven't
not
been
on it
on
that much.
Twitter for real either. When I'm on Twitter, I'm not even on my other. I'm on like a hidden account where it's just like peace, love, and vibes and funnies. I'm not even on my other one. I just
Man,
haven't been. I don't know.
I've been
I'm
on
gonna get
TikTok,
better.
but I scroll in my following, so I
I'm
guess
gonna
that's
get
like my
better. I'm gonna
version.
get balanced for sure. Embrace it, because that's all that it is. I think my ties to like Instagram is just a little bit like, you know.
Have we done an
Um,
episode where we've talked about like our social media experiences?
no.
I feel like that's an episode for next week. Week, week, week. Just kidding. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into our first segment of the pod that we love to talk about. Essentially, it's called Open Tabs. I don't know about you guys, but I always generally have about 50,000, 1,100 tabs open. And so, with that being said, we like to open up a couple tabs with you guys if that's okay. First tab, quick rapid fire, because I don't even think you've seen this. Did you see Cynthia Erivo's Paper Magazine
I didn't, and I actually
spread?
checked it out before we got on, but I'm honestly a big fan of David,
Okay.
and they look awesome.
Yeah. I really, really love it. I like the whimsy,
They
the
remind me of
color,
like that early,
like 60s vibe.
no, no.
Well, let me be more specific, I guess. Who is
I don't know how to
I'm
explain it
seeing
for
a
real,
cover
but
in
it's
my
like a
head, but I can't
design.
think of
It's
who
a
it is.
certain graphic design that is like evokes, but it's just like photos. I don't know how to explain it. But it's still a vibe, it's vibrant. I think
Yeah,
it works. I
very
think
vibrant.
it is obviously I seen some comments that were very kind of distasteful.
Really? I didn't
Yeah.
see any of that. What was that commentary giving? Because most of it, what I saw was just like people saying
Just
like,
straight hateration, honestly. I
"Oh,
don't really have anything for it.
fair."
But like I said, I'm a big fan of David. It was for Paper Magazine. And I do not want to say his last name wrong because
Did you look it up?
I did not.
Send it to me, see if I can sound it out.
It looks like Le Chapelle. I don't know.
Oh, David LaChapelle.
Yeah. Okay, I didn't want to say it wrong. That's what I'm saying. Like
Or I think it's like is
hold up.
Lachelle or LaChapelle or something like that.
Le Chapelle. Le Chapelle.
I've heard it say
David Le
that way,
Chapelle.
but I've also heard people with a little accent or who are foreign say it another way. But I
David Le
have heard
Chapelle. I can hear
American
that. I can hear that. I don't know, but
I've heard
babe,
Americans say it the way I just said it, so that's all I'm
yeah.
saying. He's okay with it.
Regardless, he's a photographer. He's an American photographer. I love his work. And really that's
Yeah.
that on that. I did see his stuff. I also who else just did one?
Why is
Oh,
it?
I just seen that AJ Wilson got photographed by she
I guess
just came out with a
it was
photo.
the like shapes for me. I like that they were allowing like the shapes. There was the one shot that I wasn't super crazy about, which was with the topless shot.
Is it AJ Wilson?
It was like the
Maybe.
topless shot, a bag on the
Yeah, I
ground
get what
with
you're saying.
flowers. I didn't care for that shot. That one for me kind of felt off. Like I don't know. I won't say the styling was lazy, but I do feel like if you're gonna
You
have
think the
like
style was lazy?
no, I'm saying on that particular shot. Like me personally, I feel like if they were gonna go with that direction on this, take the bag out or put the bag somewhere else. Like or just take it out completely. Are you looking at the photo I'm talking about? Yeah, like I feel like
I
just
mean,
take
I
the
see
bag
what you're
out.
saying. You feel like it's just kind of like an eyesore.
Yeah. Take the
Like it's
bag
just in the
out
middle of
and
the
then
picture.
have her do more, like, I don't know, maybe come in a little bit more. You already have these really expansive shots already pulled out. I wouldn't have mind a up close shot. Like, we're already intimate. It's an intimate setting with her being topless. It's going to convey topless, whichever angle, low, high. Like, it just come in a little bit more. I would have,
I just think it could have been like a mid-body shot.
yes, like, I was going to say knees. I was going to say maybe knee.
Yeah.
Knee
I
up, I
mean,
would have
but
been fine.
overall,
I would have been fine with that. But overall, yes, I do. I like the styling on the other shots. I didn't realize she had that many tattoos. That was also like a thing. I didn't realize she had that many
I
tattoos.
did see that.
But yeah, no, I wasn't. I wasn't super.
Mm.
Oh no, I'm saying I didn't see anything super crazy. When you were saying like people were talking,
Oh, I think that's why I said it was just straight hateration, bro. It wasn't anything crazy. It was just like, oh, you just like talking. You just like talking.
just like talking
Call
mess.
it what it is, yeah.
All right, bro. Let's get into this Zoe Spencer shit.
Why you say it like that? I'm crying.
Cause
Well,
we already low key slight talked about it and then we stopped. But I don't know. Set the scene. 3,000 degrees.
not 3,000 degrees. So basically, um, you guys who are in the streamer world and just who pay attention to pop culture know that streamers have become a big deal. They've become a huge thing, honestly. We cannot escape them. Obviously, everybody knows Kai, the whole
Yeah,
little
Kai's
gang that
out.
he has, and then
Mm-hmm.
so on and so forth.
Which I heard
And
he was getting
Zoe
engaged.
Spencer is a girly that is a part of this world. And recently she was at I believe a club, and Chance the Rapper was here at this club as well. Basically, I set in the scene, I guess. Imagine two people like, oh, I know you, and oh, you know me, OMG, blah blah blah, in the club, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously Zoe Spencer is always streaming, so we get to see the actual connection of like kind of like the
Oh,
interaction.
she's also another like 24-hour
I don't know
streamer
if she's a
person.
24-hour. I don't think she is a 24-hour person, but I just think that she's like, I'm assuming
Whenever she's out and about, she's always on
whenever she's
stream.
out in the bow, whenever she can, like time
Yeah.
seems to be money in the streamer world. Like the more longer you're on, the more subs, blah blah blah, the more entertainment, the more subs, blah blah blah. Like, you know what I'm saying?
What did
Yes, for sure.
it?
So they exchanged. This is around November 24th
Yeah,
this year. They're at the club. I guess recently, fast forward to like not too long ago, like earlier this week,
they was
she went
kicking
on
it.
stream. Huh?
I said they was kicking it.
They was kicking it. Looked like they was eating, but yeah, tacos. I ain't gonna hold you. I was looking at what they was eating because it looks good. I'm not gonna hold you. But
Yeah, probably
they
in
were
mid
recently
LA.
seeing kicking it, and she was on stream, and like it's kind of just what we see to be is, or what people are saying is to be like a strange interaction. Like they're kind of sitting there, she's trying to talk to the stream. Chance is like, we've already did enough today. Like, tell the stream that you're about to go. Like, we're about to get off. She's like, why are you trying to leave? And he's like, we did enough. And then she's like, it's just like more snippets of like, I don't know, just him trying to get off. Like overall, over the course of time, you realize like he doesn't want to be on anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Not only does he not want to be on, but she doesn't want to get off.
which is
This
more
is her job, because she's
curious to
like, at
her
some point
for.
when he says like to get off, or he hints at it, she's like, why are you trying to get off so far? You know what I'm saying? And so I don't know. It was an interesting interaction because obviously the blogs and everything that picked it up, they were like, Zoe Spencer, like she looks sad being told to get off, blah blah blah, by
But
Chance the
see that
Rapper, blah blah
narrative
blah.
to me, even how they were setting it up, is just so strange to me because it's like again, I paint
So I
the
made a
picture
comment
like, oh,
because
you
I
said
was just
something.
like, I made a comment underneath the initial post because when I seen it, I seen, I don't know how to word this. I'll say that
I was gonna say you seen lit.
I could empathize with Zoe is what I'll say. That's the best way to put it. I could empathize with Zoe and I could see why she was frustrated because it did look like she was frustrated at some point. Like
But like in
respect
what way though?
in the way of like, I want to continue to do this thing and you're not allowing me to do this thing. My job here is to stream. I have not, for whatever, because she mentions
Right.
at some point in the video, she's like, because let's be honest, right? Like we're talking about streaming, and to us this is like, what, streaming for 24 hours is stupid. Like we get that, right? This is not
Yeah.
our, that's not our world. But ultimately this is their job, this is their content, this is their art. And so, or this is their way of their, this is their content. So
Hmm.
at the end of the day, got to make it. She just, I don't know why she hasn't been on. I don't keep up with her enough, but she mentions like in the video, like I haven't been on for like 2 months. Like, and I guess this was one of the few times that she had been on stream. And so it
Okay.
was a thing of like, I haven't been on in a minute. I need to kind of, you know,
Yeah. And then I have
views, get
a
some subs, get a
celebrity like
check.
Chance
You
the
know what I'm saying? I need
Rapper
to get a
on
check
my
or something.
stream.
Yeah. And
I
so it's
need to
like, but
use you for all I can. Which in that regard, yeah, sure, I can
um,
understand it.
I mean,
But again, if I am with you and we've been filming all day and I've already appeased you all day, there is gonna come a time, bitch, when I sit down with my birria tacos where it might get a little nasty and I wanna have a little quiet time without the goddamn camera in my face.
at
And
some point in the
so,
clip, like they're as they're talking, they're sitting there eating because everything, mind you, is like cut. So like we're seeing probably 3 clips, 1 minute each of like different clips. And
yeah.
one of the clips, and he's like, he's about to talk. He's like, yeah, I seen that at, and he was like, never mind. And he like eats, and I was like, that was the most way to be like, I don't even want to
Bro.
talk no more because I'm still on. And like right when he did that, she was like, you know what? All right, like we gonna go ahead and get off, blah
Smart.
blah
She
blah.
can read
Like,
the room. Cause I feel like if you're gonna
but at the same time,
no,
like I'm
bro,
not gonna hold
you
you.
have
I'm not gonna
guests
hold you.
on. You have guests, and anytime you have a guest on, you have to accommodate your guests, right? When niggas go on Saturday Night Live, when niggas go on Tonight Show or any of that, guess what? Before they get to that show, they get a writer. And niggas, you what you want? You want some Kit Kats?
So you saying all this with the under? I feel like you're saying this with the guys that she didn't
Correct.
speak
At some
about
point,
certain things,
yes. At
and
a
me personally, I don't
correct,
feel that way. And so you're
boy.
taking on the opposite level of like, I don't think she said such and such. I personally think, and I'm
I
giving
don't think
Zoe the
she's wrong
Benny,
to
and I
feel
think
how she
she,
feel though. I'm not
I don't
saying
know.
that.
Hold on, because let me set it up.
All right, go ahead.
I feel like there's no way, and if she did, okay, cool, whatever. I'm not in the room, whatever. But I
Hmm.
feel like with something to this extent, people know and they probably have to disclose most times the situation of the stream. So if I'm saying such
You
and such
giving them a lot of
hours,
credit, but okay.
this is a business. At the end of the day, they making guap. Not saying everybody's crazy good, but I'm also saying at the end of the day, we seen Kai bring on guests. I'm pretty sure he's running through stuff, and I'm not gonna lie. Anybody that's around Kai, I would think got a little bit of get to gab on some at least how the inner workings of bringing on a celeb work. I'm not going to lie. I'm gonna give them that Benny. I'm not gonna hold you.
I'm willing to give it to them,
So
but I'm also willing to say
I mean, so
they're not
anyways,
though.
if
Like I don't know.
she comes in, I personally feel like she gave him the rundown, and I think at some point he diverted. That's what I think, and that's why the reaction is the way that it is. Like, why are you trying to get off? You know what I'm saying? Like that's like I don't care if you agreed to do 3 hours, we hit 2 or whatever, and you feeling like you a little tired. We agree. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day I could see that being a thing in the sense, but I can also, I'm not saying I can't empathize with what you're saying, the fact of like, hey, yo, I'm not used to this world. I agreed to come on
I'm
here.
not even
I'm a little
saying
bit tired, but I would also think since you had just peeped, like I said, you had just congratulated her on her streaming and her da da da. You know what she on. You know what so you agree to come on there. I personally feel like you know what that's like anybody agreeing to come on Castanet and then complaining about all the boys walking up in there, or all the blah blah blah, or him asking questions, or him doing certain stuff. Like that's the whole point of the whole thing.
I don't know.
If we being
Earlier,
honest,
you said earlier that I would imagine that if we've already had a deal or a conversation, right, that we're gonna shoot for X amount of time and it's gonna be shot for this.
right?
I've heard rumblings and I've heard other people say when they go on them streams, there is no organization like that. A lot of them don't even really have like. I think it was Money Long who said she went on a Kai stream, or people who are going on these streams. And after a point,
They
it
just
is
willy
kind of
nilly doing it. I mean, hey, if they
it
just
is
willy
some it
nilly,
is some sort of willy
if
nilly
they're just
because
willy nilly doing it,
it's
then
not what
hey,
they're
hey,
used.
hey.
Well, I'm saying it's willy nilly. One, because it's not what most people are used to. I think Kevin Hart even said that he was like the being on like all the time and not being able to ever switch off. For some people, yes, bro, that is hard. So imagine if I've been with you all day and we finally sitting down to have a meal, and I just say, bro, can we like, are we? Do we have enough? Are we good? And you tell me why, as if I'm trying to change it. Now, don't get me wrong. I do think Chance the Rapper was trying to chat shit and talk to Shorty. So that part I'm not negating at all. But like me as a person, bro, yes, I can understand if I came and signed up for a project, I'm gonna give it my all, whether it's my scope or not. But there does come a point where it's like, all right, bro, like if we got it, I would like to be comfortable. And
Yeah,
the simple fact that that nigga couldn't even talk freely and he had catch himself like he a fucking tape recorder, like I don't know. Me personally, I feel like you can't get mad at me for vocalizing like I think we have enough. If you say we don't have enough, then you need to communicate me what more do you need and how long is this gonna take. At that point, we need to have a conversation. Cause at this point now it's too loose ended. Yeah, we gonna or I could imagine too another situation where niggas come up and be like, yeah, we gonna spend a day together. It's gonna be a good time. We gonna stream. All right, bet. Yeah. Call me up. Boom, we get there. We spend the day. There's no clear defining because you're so used to going into the wee motherfucking hours of the night. I'm thinking, bitch, you been here since 9 a.m.
I mean,
If
look,
it's,
I'm
if
not
it's
saying
10
I don't.
o'clock, then
I'm
I
not
imagine
saying
at some point you got to cut this bitch off. It don't got to charge. Like,
I don't know how long they was streaming for in
that's where
respective
I'm just
of that,
saying.
but I will say at the end of the day, it was kind of like an interesting eyebrow raise for me because it was like you was just kind of like on her body, and now that you hear, it's like it's a switch up, and I felt like
How is that a switch up, though? What do you mean?
a slight switch up because I seen a lot of people in the comments was like, "Bro, Chan's trying to crack." This is
which
all this is.
I
And I
had
was
to put it
like,
in the video.
respectfully, I genuinely feel that
Yeah.
too. And it's like, because of that, I feel like that's persuading. Like, I don't really have to, like, let me kind of like a pacifying thing. Like, I'm going to be here because this, but at the end of the day, like, I'm here for
I
this.
mean, but at that point, it would be on her to
I'm
be
gonna
like, all
use
right, we done. So, all right, y'all have a good day. And that's on you to be like, because if you getting that vibe from a nigga and he's now wanting you to cut the
But we don't
camera
know that, and
off,
if that not happen, if that did or did not happen, this is all speculation,
yeah,
obviously.
this is all, yeah, this
But
is
I'm
all
saying like the
speculation.
idea of it, because it seemed like she was agitated, like as if she kind of was like thrown off, like there was some sort of communication that was agreed upon, and now this, it was like, oh, you trying to crack because you just, and so you just coddled her or pacified her in that moment. But I could also see what you saying too, in instance of like, I'm not used to this, and thus I don't want to be blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying?
I
But
see
it's just
both. I
funny
see
because
both,
I could see
especially
both
because I felt
applying.
like he was flirting, definitely. In one of
He
those
definitely was
clips
flirting in that
that
first
I
one. He was
saw,
definitely
he
trying to, bro. He
was,
was definitely
yeah, he was definitely flirting for sure.
anybody who been in the club, any girl
Yeah.
who's been in the club, and a boy is like,
And don't
"Hey,
get me
shorty,
wrong,
I
I
see
think
what you
Chance is
doing.
low key kind
I
of
see what you
corny
doing, da-da-da.
of a nigga,
Oh,
period. But I just think
I
the
see what you doing,
situation
shorty.
overall, yeah, like I peeped,
Ah,
but
ah, ah, ah.
I
Yeah,
just
you
didn't
doing
think
your
it was
thing.
that
We
deep.
should like, we should da 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 da. Like,
But that's
you
where
know,
I
we talk.
say it
It's
was so
like so much.
loose. That's where I believe the conversation and the setup was so loose that she played
I'm
upon
giving, and
that,
that's where I give Zoe the
and
baby.
she
I guess.
played on it and was like, "Yeah, we're gonna spend the day
Yeah, and
together."
that's
Da,
where I
da,
give
da.
Zoe the business. Because I've
And
seen a lot of people was like,
the
damn, she
day
probably
turned out to
sad
be
as
12
hell.
hours.
She was like, dang, she probably, they was like, dang, she probably sad as hell because I knew she was looking forward to this collab. And I was like, damn. So
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
I would have
But
imagined
it's
at
just
that
something, it
point.
was something that, made it piqued my interest.
I would have
Because
definitely. I don't know. Me personally, I would have definitely been like, "Nah, we got 2 more hours and then you good. Then you can dip." Like I would have gave you a smooth timeline to be like, "No, nigga, we don't have enough." And if you got a problem with that, then you need to tell me right now. So,
by the way, though, I did say it was eclipse. Like it was,
and
you know what
that's
I'm saying? So we
yeah,
don't know. So we don't know. It could have been
yeah.
said. I only see the clips, and she just looked like she was just
But I'm
defeated. She just looked
also
defeated.
I'm also for the women too who peep game and be like, "Oh, okay, for sure," and then get the fuck up out of there. Cause what you mean turning the
Yeah.
cameras off and then we gonna sit here and hang out? No, I got things to
Like I
do.
came here for business,
Yeah, I'm
respectfully.
off
Like
the
I
clock
didn't come here to
now,
do all of
and
that.
once I'm
Yeah,
off the
like
clock,
I'm
my
not
time
trying
is
to.
mine. The
Yeah, like
fuck.
I'm not trying to be here.
I mean,
Because I
okay,
think she also is the same person that got somebody got like low key
kicked off or something. Didn't she get
not
kicked?
kicked off, but
Wasn't
I
she
want to
kicked
say
off to
like
something though, or
somebody was an
excommunicated?
aggressor or something with them on. I don't know if it's. I don't want to say aggressor because that's the wrong word, but I feel like there was an altercation or some sort of exchange that happened. And I think it was Zoe that was a part of it, and it was another
Yes.
rapper,
I
but I
think I
don't
know what
remember
you're talking
who.
about, but I think that situation was like because at least again, I don't watch a lot of streams. I watch a lot of clips of streams at this point because it's inundated on my For You page because that nigga bought that app. So I got to see it when I see it. Nonetheless, when I
Yeah.
do see the stuff of her specifically, it has always seemed like she was like the butt of a joke with the guys, or she was like a down girl, quote unquote. But it was also like
And people would press her boundaries, is what I feel like, and I think a
correct. And I
couple of
was
them
like,
would
and
like.
she
I
either
think they
had
will
to
push
choose which
boundaries.
side she would have to go on, which I think a lot of black women are sometimes put in positions where it's like you either got to be the aggressive to get your point across, or you
Yeah.
can end up in a situation where they'll take advantage of your meek or humble energy. So you just kind of have to weigh that out. Me personally, I'm with her. I would have acted like a Tasmanian devil, so can't blame her.
Man, yeah, so I'm like, I
I
don't.
can't blame her because
Yeah.
what all I seen was her. I was like, that's not genuinely her. I don't think by any means that's genuinely her. Any clip that I've seen where she's acting like that, I was like, I don't really feel like that's her to an extent. I feel like she's doing this because this is the role and
Are you talking about
character.
that one? Are you talking about her in general, or that specific clip where I'm talking about her and the rapper
A
and
couple of clips that I've seen of her in certain moments and instances where it seems like they be trying to like make the but I can tell it's either like you got to make a choice type of situation where it's like I'd rather be a Tasmanian devil than a bitch who you think you can talk to a
yes,
certain way.
when I would
Yeah,
see
those are generally
some
the
of the old
clips
clips,
of
I
her
get that, but
energy.
also I think she just irky. I think naturally
I
she's
mean, yes,
learned
you
to
could
chill
be an
out.
annoying bitch and still have to stand your
Yeah,
ground as
I'm
a
not gonna
woman,
lie. Like
for sure.
I think it was a little bit of what you saying, but I also think she was just annoying. Like, if I'm being honest, and she used to
Annoying niggas.
antagonize like the wrong type of dudes, like the class.
Yeah.
Just like sometimes like how the class clown is not funny to everybody, and somebody else to come in and be like,
Right.
this nigga not funny, and then everybody else
I
is
have
like,
seen
oh, you
those
right.
clips of her
You know
as
what I'm
well.
saying? Like,
No, I have as well. I've seen those as
so, and
well.
I'm not saying like she's not funny, but I'm just saying she would do stuff that just don't fit with everybody and every personality. Like, again,
Yeah.
everybody's boundaries is different. But
Oh,
ultimately,
speaking
yeah,
of
so something
boundaries,
that
the
I
Streamy
see, yeah.
Awards or Streamer
So
Awards.
that is the hottest thing right now that is happening. The streamer awards, child, we just talked about it. They are taking over the world. I feel like everybody is wanting to clock in 24 to watch people wipe their booties, eat some cereal, and get into altercations with their spouses, their partners, and their workers. It doesn't matter.
It
Stream it,
reminds me of
stream
another
it.
wave of like the YouTube stuff of like remember like pranks. Like all of the things
Hmm.
they're doing
Yeah,
were
yeah,
things
yeah.
that
No,
niggas
like
just
honestly,
edited
this is just a
together
new
at
way to get
one
a bag.
point. And then
Yeah.
now because YouTube isn't paying out as much as it used to, now it's like, oh, you can do this shit IRL.
Yeah.
Watch me do this prank in real life instead of me having to just make a prank video and
To be
post it on
honest with you, this is
YouTube.
low key a form of live, like reality TV, if we're being honest. But anyway, streamers, streamers are
They
just
are
they're.
here.
I'm not shitting on streamers, but ultimately, streaming is the new wave, and thus there is a streamer awards, and it just happened this past weekend, and boy did some things happen. So basically, QT Cinderella is the one who hosted it. If you're familiar, if you're not, then you're not. I'm barely
When they
familiar,
say
y'all.
who? What was
But the
that?
right, but
Snoop Dogg when he was like
basically,
who?
Rakai, people who know, if you know Kai, then you know Rakai. Rakai is kind of in that camp of, I forget what they call themselves, Clover Boys. I feel like, I don't know, Tylil, all of these boys are a part of this group. And Rakai and QT Cinderella, the host, she basically made a joke and was like, hey Rakai, like, how does it feel to be here? How does it feel? What is the coolest thing that she was cracking jokes all night. And some of the jokes were landing, some of them were not. And one of the jokes that she asked Rakai was, what is the coolest thing that you ever stole? Now, this being snipped and put on to the web, I could see immediately why this would gain so much traction. Learning more context, Rakai was banned on Twitch. Mind you, he was not even supposed to be at this event because of said ban. And this woman, QT Cinderella, actually vouched for him to be there just for.
Rakai was banned off of Twitch.
Rakai was banned off of
This
Twitch.
must have happened recently. Hold on, let me look this up because this must.
Rakai has been banned for a minute. Unless I'm getting the names
I
like
think you're
confused,
like
but I
Rakai
don't think I
banned
am.
off
I do
banned
not
off
think I
Twitch.
am.
Oh yeah, he's been banned for two
Yeah, I'm
years
like, I
after
don't think I am.
stealing
I did look,
flowers
I did
from.
my research. I did my
You will
findings.
be.
Listen. I did my research. I did my findings. I did my snips and my bids and
I
everything.
mean I believe you, bitch. I still don't
So
know who the fuck these kids are.
so Rakai basically, it really
Getting
don't matter.
banned
I'm just
because you
saying
stole from Walmart is.
he stole from I'm crying. It was literally Walmart. I'm cracking up. Which is crazy because people have said that they feel like it's racially motivated because there's another streamer and she's Asian that they
And
believe
she be
always
doing this
feels.
the same
Yeah, and
stuff. Yeah.
nevertheless, we look, she made a joke about that and it snipped on and got posted and everybody felt like it was racially charged. Turns out it wasn't racially charged. He actually was stealing or got banned because of stealing. So this guy, this is where it goes south. He responds to the streamer awards himself on his stream and he tees up. I'm assuming Rakai, we have to remember, is probably like no more than 17, I don't think. And he's childish as hell.
He
Not
looked
only
like
that,
a child.
he's been around other, I feel like, grown men who
Bro, Reddit got
understand
the
the
video of
idea of
him stealing the
nuance.
shit from Walmart. I'm hollering. Nigga, please. This is why see the internet.
I'm cracking
The
up. So
internet is real,
basically,
kids.
he doesn't understand not even he doesn't understand his look, y'all. His brain is not developed, let's be honest, at all. He's
That
crashing
frontal
out.
cortex is not there.
It, baby, it's not even fully,
It's
it's not even
mush.
halfway there. It is
It's
still
mush.
building blocks. Building blocks are still being built. And so he responds to these streamer awards and he basically ends
Yikes.
up saying that he was going to respond to her saying, bitch, who's the coolest dick you ever sucked? Yeah, you're gonna have to. Yeah, so he was on his stream and basically I'm just gonna read maybe, yeah. He was on his stream and he was, how you post up, you watch your stuff back. And
Right.
he was like, I swear guys, like I was sitting there like like B, I was gonna ask her who's the coolest you ever Like, I swear on everything. But I was like, cool, calm down. I'm black, I'm petite, I'm, just vibe. So he does say petite, y'all. I'm not putting that in his mouth. He calls himself petite. He's like, I'm black, I'm petite. Like, that's one of his traits that he
He
says.
said,
I'm
I'm
black, I'm
black and I'm
petite.
petite.
Like, you're right there. You shouldn't even be talking.
Wrap it
Why
up.
would he like, I'm black, I'm petite, I'm a
Wrap it
threat.
up,
Like,
bruh.
what?
Wrap it up. What are you talking about, bruh?
So
Wrap it the fuck up, please.
so basically, bro,
Please have
once
said.
he says this goes viral. This goes like it picks up. Now his peers are responding. Like, first off, he immediately, I think, gets bit, like his like he gets his extension, like it gets like extend. I don't even know what he's streaming on. I think he's streaming on something else, and thus he's not on Twitch. But nevertheless, his extension, it's extended because of what he just recently said about Oh Girl.
So now it
And
went from 2 years to.
I don't know what he's streaming on currently for him to even have responded to this. Hold up, let me see.
I feel like there's so many different apps, bro. He could be on Discord. He could be
I
on.
think he's on Discord, I want to say, but
He could
ultimately,
be on
bro,
Substack. Yeah,
everybody
he could be on anything.
everybody was
True.
responding to him
Like,
from, man. Yeah, yeah. Your Rage responded, and he was like, I just don't feel like it was worth all of this response.
isn't he the same one who said the same thing about I think he said somebody else like was having a moment, was like, or it was a girl, I think it was Zoe,
I
who
think,
did
yeah, it was
something and he
and
was
yeah,
like, this is not, he's like, I'm not even
like,
gonna
I
go
don't feel
here.
like it's worth all of this, or you trying to get,
Yeah.
yeah, he was another one as well. So yeah,
Appreciate the ones who got
basically,
sense. So
in short, Rakai's extension for him being banned got, obviously it's there, is longer. He also, there was a clip that he posted of his mom going off on him, which I don't even know why he decided to post this, but never again, the parents, they're not in the homes, clearly. That's why he's going back home. That's what she said. From her own words, she said, since you think you're grown, you're bringing your ass back home. I've never taught you to speak to no woman like that. What even made you, like, she goes in on him in this on this call, but she don't even go in for real. I feel like she really could have cussed him smooth out. She really did it. She still is like talking
probably
sternly,
because
like,
she knew his goofy headed ass was recording
was
it and she
recording
couldn't
that
say
too. She know her
everything she
child.
really
She
wanted
know
to.
her
Yeah,
child. She
because
know
I
her
feel like
child.
if I know my son could possibly have me in jail, I'm not gonna say, I'm say that
Bro,
shit in
and
your face.
so, right. So he's apparently going back home. Also, that's the, wrap up for that. But ultimately, QT Cinderella also made, it wasn't her, but it was whoever they had as the floor host. She needs to, I think her name is Fan Fan. She needs to apologize to Kai. She made a joke that I felt like was just distasteful as hell, and honestly wasn't funny, and respectfully,
Can
like,
we just talk about how the whole setup was goofy as hell?
the whole setup was
Why are
goofy,
y'all
but the
in the
joke,
audience?
I understood. I No, 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 I'm not even mad at that idea, but
I
for the
didn't
joke
think.
that she made, because BET Awards used to do that. That's just
No,
a
that's not what I
version.
was gonna say. I'm saying, why are you in the audience engaging with people like in that regard when you didn't get a response you wanted? Like her follow ups and things that they were saying. That's where I'm like,
You
bitch,
shouldn't be
you've
in the
never
audience
hosted.
engaging with nobody. Like,
But
exactly. Like, she
that's
just
what
was
I was
not.
saying. It's not about you being in the audience. It's you being in the audience and antagonizing and then not knowing how to, again, improv, work
She
your way
was.
through the
She.
crowd. That for me is like, bitch, nobody should have been hosting. Like, y'all should have got an actual host. Any fucking celebrity at this point with Kai's connections, somebody's connections, y'all
Kai
could have
would
got
have been
some.
better, probably the host, to be honest with you. But nevertheless, she asked Kai, she was like, how does it feel to be on the documentary that just got, or how does he feel about his documentary that just got posted or whatever? And basically in reference to the new,
Diddy
Diddy
documentary,
case,
yeah.
Diddy documentary that 50 just, helped
The
produce or
Reckoning, I
whatever.
believe,
But
yeah. Which I actually
yeah.
watched. Did you watch it or
And
you
I
didn't?
haven't watched it, but
Okay.
honestly, you
It's actually
guys
not that
keep
bad.
comparing. I don't care to watch it because I just don't.
Morbid
All of the
curiosity out
rumors,
for me.
think about the rumors, they're true. Now we move on. Like, I don't need anybody else to
It
say,
really wasn't
oh,
anything
extra
either
confirmed.
that,
Like, personally, like,
yeah.
unless you really want details and stuff, or just very that curious, like, hey, that's on you. But ultimately, I'm not interested in it. But I feel like for her to have made that, it wasn't a joke, because ultimately you're comparing me to a rapist. And
I also
It
felt
just
like it
wasn't
wasn't a
funny.
good joke. It's your
It just
base.
that's something like it
Yeah,
wasn't funny. It wasn't a
it's not a
joke.
good
Like this
joke.
is recent as hell. He's still locked up. He still has victims coming
I'm gonna
out.
be
He
honest
still
with you,
has
bro. We've heard worse
like
jokes, but
what is
again,
the
the key
joke?
factor was the jokes are funny. We've heard jokes of Chappelle or whoever, and they're able to make a joke like that where it would be like, you know what I mean? Like, oh my
That was
gosh, yeah.
so
But it
cute.
was still funny, and I feel like that's where a true comedian could have really shined in these moments. And again, this is where I start to somewhere like there needs to start
He
being
awkwardly
again
walked off.
distinctions. There needs to be distinctions because it's the same with people who are influencers that they do these little sketches on their TikTok and think they can genuinely act. And I'm like, there's like
Still
becoming
don't
this.
know.
It's the lines are getting not even unblurred; they're blurred to heaven hell. Like there are no lines anymore, and so you get people who like this
I
who
really think that's just
she's a
ego because
comedian on her stream or she's funny on her stream. So let's have her host an
that doesn't
award
even
show.
translate. And that's why I say you just have to be ditzy as hell, honestly, to the where you think that.
And then she
Personally,
goes,
I feel
her
like
comment follow up after that was, well, all of my jokes were approved prior to, so I mean,
that's what she said.
that was the clip that I seen. She was because she was
If
literally
I was
after
Kai,
she said
I would
it, you can
literally
see her
sue.
in the clip where she's next to the little light skinned dude who I think was like popping off,
If I
and the
was
other dude
Kai,
who
I
was
would sue. Why did y'all approve that? Why
I
did
don't
y'all
know,
approve
but
that?
she said that as if it was like a well, I don't
Specifically
know
when
because
I
they
am
approved
the
all my
head,
jokes.
specifically when I am damn near the head of the streamer awards. Like I am the y'all's hottest ticket.
Yeah,
When we talk about successful streamers, who y'all think of? You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like,
And you're gonna
so
approve
it's
a joke like that
right. Should I
at
say
my own
what?
expense, and it wasn't
Correct.
even a good joke.
It wasn't a good joke at all.
So I feel like she either lied.
What if I told you you look like the girl that do my nails on Tuesdays?
And then we all have to say, "Oh my gosh, no, 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 no." But no, bitch, you said something, and I
Like
feel like
that's
you.
not fair.
The fact that her PR team, whether it was a genuine concern or not, I feel like everyone get like I miss the old Hollywood where it was like even if you knew you didn't give a shit, your PR team was on it lickety split with putting out a statement talking about we
They don't
deeply
even know how to do that. No.
we don't agree. No, now it's these stupid ass note backgrounds that y'all post on y'all Instagram, and I can tell it's either made on Chat GPT or you were sat down and wrote this in your notes file and you didn't proofread it now one time to see if this sentence was a run-on sentence. Was it Grammarly? You could have literally copied and pasted and put it in Grammarly or Chat GPT and it could have been better than this. Like I would appreciate some of that old Hollywood guard of like just knowing how to PR your shit when you fuck up. Cause bitch, that would have been the first thing I did immediately after the show. Mid show. It's even happened where people and on other award shows have mid show said, we do not agree with the of the like I don't know. To me that was the most goofiest shit. And then on top of that, you're saying what? Cause he looks like another black man? Like that's the joke? Is that
Yeah.
really the joke? That's
This
the
was of course it
best you
was.
could
That's
do.
what I said, bro.
Get the fuck out my
Anyways,
face.
yeah, Streamer
Closing that tab
Awards
because
this
I
year
can't stand goofy
seemed
bitches.
to yeah, it was a deal. It was a interesting watch and it definitely got a lot of eyes on it this weekend. So if you haven't seen it, go tune in, blah blah blah. Close that tab. Tab closed.
Boop. Speaking of goofy bitches, opening up another tab because it's the goofy bitches era. Sydney Sweeney. Sydney Sweeney, girl. It's a little too late now to get them gums wagging. So
What do you mean?
it's a little too
What's
late.
happening?
You know, obviously, the very famous campaign, Good Jeans. She's
Yeah.
showing her her clavage
Yeah.
in some denim. I believe it's an
Right.
American Eagle campaign. And so her recent response now, where she's walking back on her views, obviously a lot of people started aligning her with Trump views, et cetera, after that.
Mhm.
People were openly and candidly asking her very specific interview questions these last couple of months after the campaign and backlash, and she would say these very
Mhm.
flippant answers that really never said anything. However,
Right.
it almost was like you don't have to say anything because it's almost like you're already kind of leaning
Mhm.
in that direction. So recently she put out another article with People and she said, I was honestly surprised by the reaction. I did it because I love jeans and I love the brand. I don't support the views some people chose to connect to the campaign. Mind you, I just want to add a caveat that her family is known Trump supporters. Um,
Correct. That's why I was like, I don't even care about this response. But
Yeah,
go ahead.
many have assigned
It's delayed
motives.
also for this type
Correct.
of response. If you felt that, if you truly felt that, you would have said this earlier. You had a
Correct.
long ass response to say, I don't really resonate with some of that stuff. What is the sum? Define that.
So she says many
Anyway,
people
go
have
ahead.
assigned motives and labels to me that just aren't true. Anyone who knows me knows that I'm always trying to bring people together. And as soon as I read that, anybody who knows me, bitch, I don't know you. So like, what? Nor am I probably ever gonna know you. Anywho, in the past, my stance has never been to respond to negative or positive press, but recently I have come to realize that my silence regarding this issue has only widened the divide, not closed it. So I hope this new year brings more focus on what connects us and what divides us. My first response after reading that last sentence was like, damn, I wonder if I was in a similar situation and I thought silence was the best option just because like people are going to have their opinions no matter what. And then I came back and said something similar like this. Like, I just didn't think that people were going to have this response. Would I believe me if I was like on the other side of it?
Yeah.
Um,
I don't, I mean, hey.
I said yes to an extent because I can see how she thought I'm damned if I do and I'm damned if I don't. And so I'd rather just not and go about my life. I could see how she maybe came to that conclusion with her team and thought that was a better approach. Where I feel like she should have maybe pivoted or maybe had time to come up with a response that was reasonable and maybe even more of a, I won't say cop out, but cop out for a lack of a better word right now because it's, or neutral stance. I'll say a neutral stance, excuse me. She could have found some neutral words at that point, bless you. In the meantime, if you felt like you didn't have an active response, because again, I say, after that, every carpet she was on, people were asking every about it
Yeah, she
because it
was
was
like
a
being
and
dismissive about it and also leaning into it. So it's kind of like, what is this response now? Like, this is
correct. And
something must
so
have been impacted, and I think it was your mun yun. That's what I think it was.
I
And you're trying to
agree.
backtrack, and you're
And you're
like,
with
oh,
Scooter Braun right now too. So
I
it's
don't
like
even know who that dirt sucker
a
sounds
known,
like,
yeah, it
and
was like
what
a
he
known
does.
schemer and scamster of the music industry.
Like,
that,
girl,
that man
who
is
are you
probably giving you
fooling?
game on what to do and who to
Who are
be in the
you
right
fooling?
faces right now, which I can't be mad at, babes. You live your life.
But stand in it, honestly. Like, I don't understand this walk back. What's the walk back for? So you
I
gotta
know,
know.
and I'm
Just
calling
go
her.
find another way. You have your market. Clearly, that's your market. So go over there and
She
find
doesn't
another way
want
to
to
get that
no because
market.
she's realizing that that market is not
Comes
as
with other caveats. Oh well, if
correct,
that's your
correct.
deal,
Because
that's
then
your
they're gonna
problem.
start. Well, what happened is they started claiming her. They started claiming her
Ooh,
and taking her up, and she was like,
honey.
"Oh, I mean, probably like her team was probably like, it's a win-win. You got both demographics. You got the leftists and you have the rights, and like it's gonna be da da da." And this is where I say sometimes your team could get you in some shit. Because if your team told you not to say shit or even put out this statement, you should tell them niggas, "Look, we've already committed. Let's rock with
Cry
it."
me a river.
Like,
Oh,
oh,
cry me a river. Yeah, I don't really care.
oh.
Anyways,
But
yeah.
yeah, that's
Shout
all I
out
got for
you.
that.
Do your thug this over there. Stay where you want
And
and feel like you should be. Those are your things. Get your things.
what is
And
it? And
so,
close out that tab.
right.
Don't got nothing for it. Tyla and her concert. Did you see the girlies dressing up for her concert?
I love that girl. She has just been added onto my list of concerts that I need to go see, honestly, because I
Oh, okay.
genuinely feel like her music just overall is like shake your body, yes, and I love
Make
that. I
me
love,
sweat.
yeah,
Make me
yes,
hot.
make me hotter, make me lose my
I
mind,
liked it
make me
because I
water,
think it made me think of like how pivotal it is for you to have a stylist when you first come out who really can hone your
branding
look
thing.
and brand you.
You
And I
mean
remember
branding, the
we
things that
had
people have, in A&R? They had them when we were oh yes, that,
yes, you
yeah,
remember when Miss Knowles was in there sewing together and bedazzling the destinies of the child's things, and they all had to
right.
look. Yes,
Because it had
she
to be consistent. But I do love
correct.
and agree with you because she also hired Painted by Esther. And
Mm-hmm.
she is her makeup gal on the
Mm-hmm.
road. And she's been everybody who's been paying attention to the makeup world knows who Painted by Esther is. If you don't
Oh,
know who
for
Painted by
sure.
Esther is, then child your other a
I
rock
also
athlete.
can't even be mad at the fact that she did this tour and she's mostly in Asia and India, baby. Those is hot population, high population. That's why I used to tell people like when they used to tell me
She
like
also said it was on her vision board.
K-pop isn't big. I said, bitch, when they selling out arenas of hundreds of thousands of people in India and
People are
in
so
Japan.
goofy with the idea of like American. Yeah,
I'd
they
be like,
stuff
I was
is
like, are
way
y'all
big.
dumb?
Like even
They don't have to come to
Africa.
America.
Even Tyler with Africa.
Correct.
She don't need
America, yeah, like
American. She
she has a
doesn't
whole
need
other
like that.
continent.
There's a whole exactly with a billion other countries inside of it that with a million other races that have million other, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. Now,
no,
granted, she can't go to all of them because some of them aren't safe. But the
all
places she
of
can go, the
correct, yeah.
festivals. I mean, even on
All
that
of the
side of the world, period, she got.
I was gonna say anybody who listens to like Ampiano or like Afro
Yeah.
beats or like Afro like any of that, all of their music videos hit minimum 10 million.
Yep.
All of them.
Yep.
Like for the most part, that's just like a regular thing for like they're hitting that just in general. They have so many people.
And then even
Like they
even
do
the ones in
not
America usually watch it on YouTube. Like I remember, like I met some like Pakistani dudes and some which we strangely have a large population of Indian and Pakistani and Iranian people here that come to our universities, but nonetheless, like they'll watch all their jams. They'll watch it on YouTube. Have the function, like baby, all of it going, kicking it, hookah in the
I
background,
mean,
everybody kicking it, and it's
right.
like
Why would you not? And
that's how they
yeah,
vibe over
her
here. So I can't even. I can definitely see that. But yeah, I respect the way she's moved. I respect the branding of it all. I love that she was having a moment that I think right now the only person we've seen it been able to do that is Beyonce. So
with the concert as
yeah, yeah,
far as
yeah.
like
Like just as a collective, your fans coming. I think maybe Taylor Swift was another one, but we all know who that was. Kind of,
I don't really
of
talk
a,
about that woman
and that's
anyway.
fine. I was brushing over it, but I was gonna give credit where credit was due because I didn't want
You,
nobody
I'm
claiming
kidding.
Tina
I
Swift
personally didn't
wasn't.
even see her stuff being shown or the how they dress for that. So that doesn't even I would say no to that. But Tyler, yes, I
I
did
did. I
see
saw some Caucasians.
oh
Mm,
well
yeah,
Tyler, I have seen the outfits that people are pulling up with. Everybody in the girlies are stepping out.
yep.
Um
I loved it. I was very much here for it.
She's doing her thing, I feel like on for her sets, to be honest. I've seen a couple snippets of her sets. Her
Mhm.
Chanel set is so cute. I
Mhm.
feel like whoever's idea that was with the pom-poms, beautiful, beautiful. Love the transition into that. And the wig that y'all keep putting her in that she
I don't
loves to
think
just
we
take
ever
off.
talked about that though.
What?
The Chanel thing, where somebody said the, I think it was on Twitter. We might have, where it was on Twitter and somebody quoted it and was like, I don't know why the music video didn't match this vibe. And then like weeks after, or like a week or two after, the person who said that quoted it with photos of her doing the exact same thing of what they said, and it's now a part of. It's the
I
neon
did see
pop.
that.
It's the neon
Um,
pop look that they were like, why didn't you do this for the music video? And it's literally a
mhm,
part of her set and
yeah.
the I think
What I'll
something
say to
she
that is
dropped.
people, yes, I do remember that somebody, because I remember somebody else quoted it and said, I keep telling y'all that y'all keep giving these people
Yeah,
free
their people are
ideas.
on Twitter. Their
Yeah,
teams are
and
on
I just
Twitter.
laughed because I was like, yeah, that is funny.
It's a double-edged sword. I get it on one end, but you also run the risk of their team, someone on their team seeing it, and me being a person who's doing my job, I'm gonna go to my boss and be like, okay, I think we should do this, that, and the third,
Yeah,
and it's
because they did lay it out specifically, like, why does
bar
it
for
look
a
like this?
bar.
And they had like the neon
The hair,
and the
the
cut
makeup
up.
looks, they
Yeah,
posted all the photo references, and it was bar for bar that within a week or two time span.
they just hired the people to do it. That's what I'm
And it's
saying,
known
man.
to Tyler to be on Twitter. She's been on Twitter before, so it's
Girl,
like,
that
so
girl
if she
be
didn't see
saying
that shit
she be
and then
having
like,
clapbacks for sure. She stays on Twitter.
little rapid fire, Crunchyroll is officially ending their ad-supported free streaming service. I didn't even know they had this, which is kind of crazy because it's like if you're already making money and it's free, why are you getting rid of it? I
I
have to be like, y'all
don't
are just
know.
so greedy at this point. It don't even make sense. And I know they have a history too of like not paying translators. You know, obviously a lot of translators too have been wary of AI layoffs. I've heard of them like, doing a lot of bad deals when it comes to animes of like only allowing them to be licensed. Like you can't be
Oh,
bought type thing. So it's like y'all have the money. I don't really see the need for even taking this service away. Like it's free. You have ads, so that means you're selling ad space. Like you're making money. So it's like what more do you need? Like I don't
right.
know. I feel like it's for them to do that thing that Netflix just did where they just like move a tier. You still gotta pay
And
for
it's like,
ads.
honestly, can we have things in life like you guys? To shut out.
No,
Let's just have a
no.
moment.
I
Let's just
tried to
have a
explain
moment.
that to my coworker
Let's
today, and
have
he
a
was like,
moment of
he just was
silence
not getting it. I
for
was
all the
really hard. I was trying
corporations.
hard.
You
He
guys
was
are
like,
making a lot of money
he's like, so you're
already.
upset at the greed? I said, yes. Like, he was like, I mean, you just gotta, in his simplistic mind, it was like, you just gotta get out there and do it yourself, like, as a creative. And I was like, yes, you're not wrong.
Brother, we're
But
talking about systemic payments of hey. Anyways, back to the cat. Like, we're not going to focus on that guy. To all the big corps that are listening to this, please, we beg of you. Life right
stop.
now is already hard. You know why. Maybe you're also a part of the problem. Actually, let me stop. So now I condemn you. Damn shame. You guys should be ashamed of of yourself.
No, literally. And so with that, Paramount and Netflix trying to buy Warner Brothers. The segues are segueing today, folks. Because what the fuck?
Everything is just gonna be a big ass clusterfuck of
No,
a
I personally feel like whatever lawyer, whatever attorney general is waiting for their moment, baby, this is your time to shine. Break it up. Break it up that
calm
oligarchy.
down. Put the clap.
Break up the oligarchy and the monopolies and all of it. Break it down. This is your moment. This is your time to shine. This is your
But I've
Johnny
been in,
Cocker.
I remember doing, I will never forget this, and it's so crazy how time changes. I remember doing a essay over Mr. Jeff Bezos in
Boy,
like 2015. And I
right.
said, he is going. This was during the time that he hadn't even started this Whole Foods thing with
Oh,
the
the Whole Foods thing. Oh yeah,
like buy like purchase being able to
groceries.
purchase
Yeah,
and grocery. He hadn't even started this at this point. Like
yeah, no.
he was talking about it.
I
And
think
when
it
I
was
seen
the buying of Prime. Like that was still around when Prime was new. Like the 2-day shipping. That was when he was
yeah,
rolling
Prime was
that
still
out.
new around this time, but
Yeah.
he was still trying to figure out or debating how to figure out like groceries, how to get groceries involved in this. And so I was like, once I see that, I was like, he is going to monopolize so many things. And you guys need to be wary. Like, and now we're fast forward like damn near a decade again. He's did that thing, he's did this thing, he's did this thing, and he's trying to do more things. Now you're talking about I can buy a car
Because I
off of
believe he owns
Amazon.
Paramount.
Are you serious?
He has some dealings in Paramount. My thing is that both CEOs, so especially in the industry as someone like as a filmmaker, I had my concerns with Netflix because of their ideal and model structure is like always like, oh, we want people to sit down in front of the TV and have access to watch a movie then. And it's like, that's cool. You guys are open to original ideas. And so my concern with the originality thing that we talked about the past couple of weeks is not there with them. My concern with them is that you're going to ruin the residual game and people who are filmmakers will not be able to make money. And unless y'all are explicitly stating how y'all are going to pay people and how residuals are going to flow out with streamers, then I feel like them buying it is also equally as threatening as Paramount buying it. The thing with Paramount purchasing Warner Brothers is that they don't have any content dating back past 1975. I think TCM and what's the other oldies channel? Maybe like not Hallmark. There's another channel that's TCM that they only show like old movies, like old
TCM or TMC?
TMC. Is it TMC or TCM? I don't know. You know which one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And then there's one more. It might be AMC and TCM. No,
I'm
AMC is
like,
the movie theater. I don't know. It's too
yeah.
many letters at this fucking point. Nonetheless, niggas, there's a channel that only show old black and white movies. It's a streaming service as well. They got a little plus version. They are the only ones who I know that have that catalog. I know Paramount don't give two regularly screaming fucks about, nor does Warner Brothers, truthfully, about some of their older things. They'll scrap a project. Where's Batgirl? Where's the Coyote Ugly movie, the Acme movie? We'll never know. They're scrapping fully done and shot for, I guess, a tax write-off at this point. So there's, and then there are also a bunch of tech bros. Both both CEOs have equally have said the most goofiest of things, I feel like. The
Yeah.
Warner Brother, because his thing was the most goofiest to me, I felt like, where he was basically like, oh, the audiences have said they don't want to go see movies in public. And I'm like, y'all want us to end up like Wally. Y'all want us to end up like them
I
fat
mean,
mother
yeah, that's like
truckers in front of the screen who had little chunky legs and chunky arms and floating bones because we
the
not ever gonna get up from our sofas and go see a movie as if. And I was equally trying to explain this to my coworker, like, bro, there's a system of this, right? The very thing you was complaining about when you took your shorty to go see the Twilight movies, and it was people in the movie theater who didn't understand the customs and courtesies of when you go to a movie theater. Nigga, you not at home. You cannot have a full-blown conversation as if you are at home.
No.
It's ruining society. I want people to be at home watching movies all the time, but it's messing up the flow of society because you get people like this who feel, oh, well, I do it at home. And then you got young people who they very rarely go to the movie theater because everything is on streaming and they've grown up with every streaming movie you could think of. I just feel like, yeah, like you're ruining the societal part of it, but you're also ruining the structure of distribution that monopolizes distribution in a crazy way that if you ever as an indie person want to see your stuff in film, you would have to sell a piece of your pussy lip. Like I'm not even kidding at this point. Like you would have to probably put an organ on for sale and see if you can get it financed, because it's just not gonna be doable in the climate of these CEOs who want to come in and their main focus is IP. He said that. The other one was saying is mainly IP related material, which we already know is gonna be a bunch of remakes. Enter the Moana live remake.
Right.
Right. So then we have moments like this. It's just like, y'all are going to ruin the very heart and essence of the art form. But then you're going to be upset that it's not making money.
They're not
Stop.
thinking about that. They're draining everything dry. Like, because right now it's just showing dollars. It's still showing the dollar amount. It's just
But that's
showing,
why
okay,
I really try to
not
explain this to
realizing that
people.
everything is translating the way that it is because
Y'all are setting it up this way to not allow for originality. Like to say in the same breath that original movies are not, people don't want to go to the movie theaters and Sinner make all of the money. I think this is like their third theatrical release in the 70 millimeter and there's another millimeter frame. Like, you mean to tell me that when they've grossed almost over $300 million, when Zootopia has passed
and that just came out. That just came out.
$900 million worldwide, and it only took them 200 and something million to make. Do you know how much back end profit they're making? Because again, that is how a lot of people make their money as filmmakers. As a producer, that would be how we don't have DVDs no more. I can't rely on a DVD release. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
I can't rely on a
no
VHS
more.
release anymore. Like, they're changing the structure, but as they're changing the structure, they're not implementing and putting things in place, which is why I say again, we're coming up on another strike here. And
Another
I don't
strike.
want to say we're gonna strike, but I think
Ooh,
if they don't come with some very good terms on that first go around when they sit down to do that deal, there's gonna be another strike, and it's gonna set everything back again. Everything that's already been set back for the next 2 to 3 years because of the last strike in 2023, we're gonna have the exact same thing happen because again, it's a 3-year cycle of contracts. And so if y'all are not willing to play
I
ball,
mean,
and
yeah, well,
it
you can
took
only
months.
hope that they just are.
It
You
took
just
them 6
only
months. No, because remember, Bob Iger came out and said, well, he was basically against the protesters of the picketers. Like, and he allowed them to negotiate. I don't know. I feel like if you're an indie person and you're trying to do everything you can to get your project seen, heard, go all avenues. And if we being honest, at this point, Tubi's the only free platform. So if you have a
yeah.
way and you know of a pipeline when it comes to distribution and you're at a distribution point and you're looking at other things outside of festivals, get your ass on Tubi or figure out how to put your shit on Tubi, because it's really getting kind of bleak, and I don't feel like it should turn you off though from being creative. And I think a lot of people are like, it's just so bleak, like the world is blah, 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 blah. And it's
I
like,
think it's easy to think with that mindset right now in general,
correct.
to be honest. But I choose not to. I choose not to be like that.
I hope
Because
so.
what is that gonna do? It's not gonna change nothing. Still gotta get up and go to work. That's not gonna help me at the end of the day, me thinking that way.
I mean, that's true. Well, we are going to be right back here in a second. Enjoy these messages.
We're back and we are better than ever.
Better than ever. It's giving real lackluster, friend. I need you to pump it up. Burn it, burn it. Do you know I forgot that was Joe Budden's song? I be forgetting that's his song.
How could you how could you forget that?
Because I be forgetting Joe Budden made music
Do your thing,
sometimes.
do your thing. Do your thing.
I be
He's also a
forget.
crackhead. Don't forget that.
I mean, hey, he's lived a many lives, clearly, and
Also wasn't a Oh, okay. Anyway.
oh, pump it up.
Right.
So
He's
today's
just trying to
topic,
say
I felt
things.
like really just kind of came, from me watching Dwayne the Rock Johnson and Brendan Fraser, who I genuinely enjoy. I hope to meet him one day. He seems like you ever just see people like you seem like such a sweet soul, like just very sweet. He gives those vibes to me. But they were in an interview, and Dwayne the Rock Johnson was giving and lamenting essentially to Brendan Fraser about how he was telling him like your voice and your ability while you were in the room opened up so many doors and essentially kickstarted my career. Have you seen that
No, I have not.
interview? But it's the Actors on Actors, I think, by Variety.
Which yeah, I know what you're talking about because
Yeah.
I made I like their logo. But go ahead.
Yes. I do. So it was that, and basically he was telling him, he was like, you know, when everyone brought me on, he was like, you took a chance on someone who never had acted at that point. He hadn't, you know, he's not the Rock that we know today. This was beginning Rock, and if you are a fan of the Mummy movies, I remember seeing him in that cameo in the Mummy Returns, where they were prefacing bringing up the Scorpion King, and he was the role for that. And he was telling him, like, you know, I really appreciate you speaking in a room where maybe sometimes we don't necessarily get spoken up about. And it made me think
Right.
two things. It made me think about what if his like ego or his pride allowed him to kind of not like kind of ruin a situation that essentially took him where he needed to be. But also, what about when an opportunity that is like that, where it's supposed to propel you and take you off, and it doesn't? And the reason I thought of that was the Lupita Nyong'o, you know, her first movie, 12 Years a Slave, won her an Oscar for Best Supporting Actress. And usually when you have that type of trajectory, I'll reference, you know, maybe the
Yeah,
Jacob
a whole bunch of stuff.
Elordi's.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Supposed to-
usually,
It's supposed to a whole bunch of other things are supposed to follow.
yeah, like a whole bunch of other stuff is about to follow. And Lupita has been very vocal about that ain't happening over here. And all the roles I am being offered, I wouldn't take. It's the same thing I've just did. And so,
Right.
and I also think he may have fell into that a little bit. I kind of, I don't know if you would agree with to that, for The Rock, but I think he fell into that a
I
little
think
bit,
he
but
did
he was
for a
able to kind
moment and
of,
then he got out of it. He was able to get out of it.
right.
But
But I think even in that same instance, right, you had the moment, the thing that took you to the next level, but then you kind of plateaued again where people maybe couldn't see you past what we've already seen you in.
right, you've been typecast.
Yeah, you've been typecast in that. And so it's like, I don't know, there's certain moments I think internally that a lot of creatives have to really war with and kind of make certain decisions of like, is this something that's going to benefit me, whether or not I actually want to do it, see to do it. And I guess my first question to you would be like, what would you do if you were offered an opportunity like that doesn't turn out to be what you initially thought? Are you going to stick it out? You leaving? What's your...
That depends on what I'm there for. Like, I feel like
Okay,
anything is
give
not going.
yourself like a role title, like a role that you would actually take, because it's like an opportunity that you
What
actually
you
wanted.
mean? You're gonna have to set up the scene. You know how my mind works. You just set it up.
I mean, I don't know if you necessarily want to talk about this, but like the Thunder thing, like you got an
What?
opportunity from the Thunder, and it's not from there. You did the thing,
Oh, I don't feel like
like it was
that
an
was,
opportunity that it was set up like it
but
was
I don't feel
supposed
like,
to.
I don't feel like, yeah, I get what you're saying. I don't feel
That's
like
what I'm
the
saying, not the
thing.
actual situation, but a hypothetical of if that was something and it was supposed
I would say
to.
like a bigger thing is like I get what you're saying though.
Yes, yeah.
Like if I was to get like a paper magazine feature or something, like a
Right,
feature,
like something where it was like
and
mid, they
and it
call it
doesn't get me more jobs. I
right.
don't really think I would care because the intent was to do the thing. So like I did the thing. I'll just
Okay,
be
but
able
what
to
if
do it
while you're
again.
doing the thing, it's not what you thought it to be, and it's causing.
Do I still like it?
I mean,
I
no, like
still
it.
like it then.
Not even if you like it, but it's a situation where it's like this is not what I thought it to be, like by any means. Obviously, if it's a shoot
I
in
don't
this short time frame, but like say it's a shoot that's supposed to be a full spread and it's this well concept and it's just not going the way you thought it to go. And this is again an opportunity that's supposed to be to the moon and back from here. Like we up from here. And it's right now in the moment while you're actively in it, it's not what you thought it to be. Are you sticking it out? Are you leaving? What are you doing?
I'm sticking it out because it don't sound like anything has happened. It just sounds like I'm complaining and I'm in a new environment. If I'm being honest, from that scenario, it don't sound like anything's
Ladies and
going
gents,
wrong.
she's very literal. So like I gotta be a little literal for her to kind of get in the
But it's
mindset.
still like even in that scope of any like I keep coming back to like because I've already been there. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
So like I feel like I still did the things. Like, yeah, I did this and maybe I didn't get it as much credit or I didn't blah blah blah. But I still follow through with the thing being done. Now if I decide I don't want to do it again, then okay. But I'm usually not bailing out on something that I already put myself up for. You have to be doing something for me to be like, this is too much. I can't even complete my work.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Like there
For
has to
me,
be something of like an incessant
yeah, like
aggressor
I have to like
to.
regardless if it's not going the way that I seen it, I'm still going to most likely finish it. Like, and that's my thing. My baseline is sticking with it and following through. But if something is going on and I'm like, I can't bear this, I don't want to blah blah blah, then yeah, no. Because I honestly think I mean, I guess you could apply the thunder thing or I could apply the time that I got the thunder gig
Hmm.
because that wasn't what I thought it was going to be in the sense of like how things worked, but it was like this still helped. Like, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like I didn't know that
It's
I
like a going into it. You need to have a certain perspective.
yeah.
Maybe not
Yeah,
have
for
like
sure. Like that's the first
super.
time I did sports photography that was like it's a little different lens, different camera, different angles you got to work with, different like you I was nervous about that initially because I was like this is not like I'm used to portraits. I have controlled environments. I can do
Yeah.
like
It's
an
very like
event type of
I.
photography, but also
Yeah.
it's like this is not the same because this is not an event where like you know what I'm saying? Like I have to you kind of always got to be ready.
I think you also
Um
have to be in those environments too, a little sports savvy to kind of know the flow of like when you could get a good shot and when you're not
yeah,
in
and you
the.
for sure at some point start to
Yeah,
get
you'll
that
pick that
too.
up and stuff.
Um
Um, no, that's
but
fair.
yeah.
I would agree with you. I think I recently had an experience where it was a similar situation where but it was more so on the side of like I can't do this anymore. I'm trying to stick it out, and I'm in my trying to stick it out. Y'all about to make me. I'm gonna
Like you're hurting
shoot the
yourself.
club up. Like I'm like y'all about to
I'm
make
crying.
me spaz out. And anyone who knows me knows like that's not my default setting. Like I can for sure, but if you have me there at every point in turn of me trying to navigate,
Like something
I
that's what
need
I
to
mean.
walk
Like
away.
something has to be
And then
going
yeah,
on for me to be like, oh, like I don't want to finish it. Like it's not even worth
but I think
the
nowadays that
hassle of it.
culture of like, if you don't like it, leave. And I think a lot of people, especially as creatives, like you guys do need to understand, like you're gonna be uncomfortable. Like you're gonna be, and so that's why I like that you brought it up. Is like sometimes it's just complaining and I'm uncomfortable because I'm in a new space
Yeah, because you're in a new environment.
and
And
you
that's like
don't
that's
know
why
it.
I'd be like, bro, the harsh reality. There's never a time. Oh, okay, I take that back. There is a time where harsh truths are just not needed. Most times, those times are dealing with other people, but with yourself, there's like never a time that you should not be honest as hell with yourself. And if you feel like you're still going to continue to do the thing or you're going to still have to work with the person, like be very conscious about what you're doing in the present moment. Like it's not because some stuff really do just be like emotional. And because we are creatives and we pull from a space that I think can be very emotional, it's very
Yeah,
easy to get triggered or
correct,
feel personally attacked or
correct.
whatever it is. And it's like that's you can still feel that way, but take a moment to so you not just talking
Reacting.
out your ass
Yeah,
or doing things out your ass. Cause I have a habit of feeling ways and then I
once I
take a
feel that
moment and
way.
then I have a proper like way of saying it or whatever. But if any like no, I said this to somebody today just on something general, like nobody's ever gotten my 100% full wrath. Will they ever? I don't know.
Boy, I would hope
But
not.
nobody has ever in my history of ever living gotten
Yeah,
my 100% full rap. That is unadulterated. Whatever is coming to my mind, whatever I feel to do in
yeah.
that moment is being said. I'm not holding, you know what I'm saying? Like no one has ever got that. So it's like for me, I'm kind of always conscious about kind of like my mouth in a way because of I know how far I could take it. But also just I think it's something that everybody needs to be aware of, especially in this space. Cause like I said, we all are pulling from the same space. And I think when you just realize, bro, everybody just trying to
Yeah.
figure out themselves and make a name for themselves, you stop caring for real. Cause it's like, well, what would you do if you was in that, you know, in that fit or in that bill or whatever that you know what I'm saying? It's like shit. I mean, I say I wouldn't do that, but I might have no choice. Sometimes you don't have a choice but to do it. Money, you know, who the project, the roles.
I
You
mean,
just
obvious.
don't
Look what
know.
they say. What you tell your kids? If it obviously goes with no squares and all that stuff, where you being assaulted or anything in that measure, that's always a get the fuck up out of there. But if it's
Oh,
like
obvious.
a
Yeah, that's like obvious. I didn't even think from that state.
boy,
Yeah.
I mean, some people feel like, funny enough, same person was like, you can't not do nothing shady in this life if you want to get ahead. He was like, I don't know anybody who hasn't had to do. He was like, because it's a shady system, you have to do shady things. And I said, no. I
I
was
think it's
like,
a difference between
I said, I'm not
feelings
doing
getting hurt
nothing.
and doing shady business.
And I
Like
explained
that's
that. I
not the same.
said that I
Like feelings
explained
getting hurt is not the same as just you being
because he was
grimy.
like, well, you're playing the game, and I said, yeah, you can play the game. I said the difference is, and I feel like when it comes down to the person, is like if I'm compromising my morals, like for myself to play the game. That's where I feel like I'm playing into the game and a sketchy shit. But if I'm playing the game and I gotta deal with some, shit I don't necessarily want to deal with, but it's gonna get me to where I need to be, like, yeah, I might.
Playing the game, playing the game and cheating the game is not the same thing.
Correct.
Playing the game is you going
Hey man,
rightfully
that's
through
that's
every
how
level.
folks oversimplify shit sometimes. I'll be like, you know.
No, I don't because at the end of the
I was
day,
like,
bro,
no.
like let's be
I
honest.
explained the
Let's
capitalistic thing, and he's still like, I was like, no. Like, it's a capitalistic world, but I'm not. I'm
I
not.
say there's a difference between playing the game, cheat codes, and hacking the system.
Correct.
And I'll say hacking the system is the grimy because I feel like you
You feel like hacking
study
the system is grimy?
light
Is
when
the
you think when I
grimy?
think about application of it all. I'm not gonna hold you because you think about it, hacking the system like you're getting a baseline, you're getting the rundown, you're getting the scope, you're getting the specs, and you're about to go in and you're about to slime your way through whatever wall you need to get through. You know what I'm saying? That's how like hacking a system. But cheat codes is like cheat codes is a little hard to come by. Like that's kind of word of mouth. Like maybe you found a couple. You
I
know what I'm
get
saying? Like
I
I'm
get
thinking
what you're
like how you
saying.
really applying it for real. Like
I
cheat
get
codes,
what
like
you're
you still gotta
saying.
play the game, but you just know okay, I'm gonna do that. Like
Yeah,
okay,
like
that's
this
faster.
gets me
Like you
extra
know what I'm
money.
saying? Yeah. Bling. Like
Unlimited
I got
amount
an
of
extra.
simoleons.
Yeah, I got an extra life added to my stuff, but I'm still playing the game. Playing the game regularly is just like,
Correct.
hey man, I'm at my pace, and if I win, I
Right.
win, and if I lose, then I get up again and I try to get to the next level. I feel like ultimately people, I'll say this. I do feel like at the end of the day, like I said, and I told you this, uh, like we've had conversations like this, I think, throughout the years of like everybody gonna do what they want to do when they want to do it, and they gonna prioritize themselves at the end of the day,
Agreed.
whether it harms you or not, whether intentionally or not. They do
Right.
that. You are not factored into that. And if you are, they do not give a damn. And because of that, you got to be mindful about how you move and your integrity as your person. And I just feel like a good amount of people, bro, if we're being honest, I think some people, not everybody, but I mean, you could tell when people have integrity or not.
I mean, yeah, it only
Because I
takes
don't have
a
to slime,
certain
I don't have to slime you. I don't have
situation.
to slime you to get to where you're at or to have some notoriety. I don't believe in that. That's just
And that's
me.
what I
Like
kept saying. I was like, I don't. He was like, it's very rarely. That's the 1% of people who've gotten to the top and hadn't had to do something shady. And I was like, I just don't believe that. I don't
it sounds
subscribe
like
to that
folks is just
notion. Like
oh,
he's oversimplifying everything I was saying, and I was like, I just don't personally feel like it's that simple. I think you can acknowledge all of the things and notice that the industry is changing, like I'm explaining to you as someone who don't even watch TV. I'm explaining to you. Sorry, I just got a text message that irritated the fuck out of me. ah, I'm explaining to you that this is how the industry is changing. However, this is also what I'm because I'm able to peep that it's changing. These are things that I can do to circumvent and try and navigate the industry as it is changing. And it was just like, yeah,
my baseline
you're
with everybody is expecting everybody to have a mindset of they just okay with doing shicey shit. If I feel like all of y'all are on that, I don't really have to be worried about anything. If I'm being honest, it's kind of like what's that thing where there was a joke that said, and I don't agree with this, but it was hella funny. They said, men should start their lives in jail and prove themselves
oh
out of
out of
it.
it. Yes,
That
yes.
yeah,
I
that
know
is
what you're
my
talking about.
mind. That is my mind when it comes to like me holding certain grounds of like grace and stuff. Like I'm not going because I don't know your inner workings and how you process and how you go about your things, what your creative process is, what you're willing to do, what you're not willing to. I don't know any of that. But if I just sit here and be like, I mean, he might, he might stab me for a McChicken and to get on. I mean, hey, then I just know to keep my guard regardless. Like I don't have to be worried about nothing versus me having my guard down. And then I'm like, oh my goodness, I really got stabbed for a McChicken and and assigned to a label. Like he really slid me like that. Then
Perfect example. I think I just had a recollection. I was like, anytime this individual texts me about doing work, I get irritated. Probably a sign I don't need to work with you. Probably a sign I just need
yeah, I would definitely say that's a sign.
to step back. But again, I say like sometimes you're in moments where it's like I do want to do these things. I want to make sure I'm giving people the
You gotta
chance.
put
But
your ego to the side too. If like
correct,
you irky, but
correct. And so
that's really
here's
where it's
where
at
I
sometimes.
will say my 2 cents on if y'all are in situations where it's the work and the working relationship that is annoying you and how they work. I think
Yeah,
that's where you need to consider either whether it's a difference of how like
I was gonna say then that sounds like it's not what is it? It's not compatible. So that might not even hash
correct,
out in the fact of execution because there's not
correct.
compatible processes. So
Exactly. And so
that's
that's
just
where
kind
I
of
think a lot of
that.
people need to start to have those conversations with themselves and just be honest with themselves where it's like, yeah, we all had that coworker or classmate who we couldn't stand, but you were able to tolerate and move on about the day, work, get your job done. When it comes to certain instances like this, it's like, yeah, it's gonna be the same instance, but if you know it's close relations and they are someone who you closely have to work with,
Yeah.
it would behoove y'all to just really sit there and be so fucking for real with yourself and say,
Yeah, and just ask yourself if you
if you
really
can
think that
handle it, do it.
if you could be indifferent about it, and if you can't,
Correct.
like
Just be
I
honest,
just
be
told
like, nah,
somebody
I
that
can't.
too recently, like I'm not indifferent to people who I feel like wronged me. I'm not, and you will not sit up here and make me be that.
And that's fair.
Sorry.
I'm gonna keep
And
it
if
being with
y'all
you. I
feel
feel like
like
that's
and
fair.
if you feel like you're a better person than I am, you're a better human being because you can be indifferent with somebody who wronged you, then claps on the back. I'll give you an extra star and a cookie and a McDonald's toy for it. I really will.
Hmm.
But I don't care. I don't feel indifferent to people that I feel like was never indifferent enough to even not slight me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's kind of no. So be honest with yourself as far as like how you see
Man.
whatever that thing is,
Yeah.
that person, that project,
Because
that
you don't
whatever.
want it to be a situation where you're working with them and you have a moment of
Now you gotta
vulnerability.
had a bad interaction or
Right.
something.
And then
Mhm.
because of that moment and that slip up where you just, everybody has a moment. Like we're human. And now that's a reputation thing. Situation where now people are who seen you react in such a way and they're like, oh, because that's also another thing in the film industry and really in industry. Everybody talk.
I was gonna say, I think the creative industry, there's been plenty of times that I rolled up to people that I thought I was cool with off of some, and I don't even know, and the energy has been stiff.
Yeah,
And I just seen a couple of tweets too where it was like, when people act weird, it literally said, when people act weird from the last time that you saw them, and it's a stark difference, a conversation has been had about you or somebody is talking about you in the midst of that person, their view on you has changed.
correct.
And I was like, that is so funny because sometimes I genuinely try not to talk to like, or what is it, like expand on my ego with that, because I do be feeling like
You was
stark
just talking about me.
differences in energy, and it'd be like, damn, what happened? I ain't even, because I feel like for me, I'm always so shaky on socials anyway. So it's like, dang. But then it's like I also don't know what the reason is. Maybe you just tired, and then I just go about my day.
I
And I
don't
know
know. I
sometimes
think it's
for
a
me, I'm
mixture of what
socially
you think.
awkward. Sometimes I'm socially awkward. Like I'll be staring at somebody and be like, "Is that such and such?" And I'll be like, "I don't think that's such and such." And then I'll be like, "Oh, it is." But by that time, I'm like, "Damn, they didn't already pass me. Like I ain't going over there." Like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm sometimes super. I'm just super. Yeah, I'm so awkward
I'll
sometimes.
do it, but I think
Um,
I'm just more direct with it. I'll be like, "You look like," and I'm like, never mind. You're not that person," and then I'll just walk away.
I did that with somebody recently. We went out. I was like, I literally grabbed her and was like, I said, all right, I said, hey, and then I stopped, and she said, no. She was like, I get this all the time. She was like, I look like somebody, but I'm not her. My name is such and such, and I busted out laughing. I said, well, you look good, girl. She was like, thanks,
And
and
it
I was
really
like,
just be that
cool.
simple sometimes. I use it honestly
But
and truthfully as
sometimes
like a little networking tool
in my early
sometimes.
days, it used to like I really had social anxiety for real. Like I really had that shit bad, and I didn't realize it until I got older. But it was just like I don't know. I just be overthinking everything, so it just becomes a thing. But now I don't really. Yeah, and I said I'm gonna
Hmm.
do better about that, but Yeah, sometimes you just never know. Like sometimes it don't even be nothing. Sometimes maybe people have bubble guts, you know what I'm saying? And they just trying to keep it
Yeah, they
cool in
over
the
there
function.
masking their face because they got to
Yeah,
fart right
like
now. Like niggas
yeah,
gotta go poop, and
sometimes
it might be a
yeah.
wet one or it could be shit. Who
Yeah,
knows? They over there
sometimes
fighting
folks
for
is
their life,
tired. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, sometimes folks is tired. Sometimes folks hate your stinking guts.
and they just won't
Either
tell
way,
you,
yeah, and either
but
way,
they
you
still
just
want
gotta
to
move.
watch you. And they say, "Hey, girl, oh my gosh, I love you. What you work?
Man,
Oh my gosh, we should do things. We should do things together. Oh my gosh." And then you be
and
like,
then
"Oh yeah, sure, I'm
yeah, you
totally
say,
down."
well, yeah. And
But
then
even with that, I still feel like, well, I'm quick to be like, yeah, hit me up if you're serious about something. Send me, like, send me something.
yeah, and that's all that is too. So
Yeah,
it be
I
what it
don't know.
be. It's not. I think just a lot of the main thing you got to understand as a creator or artist. I feel like in general is you cannot take things personally, and you got to know and have enough discernment to know when to take things personally.
Right.
Um,
Knowing when disrespect is disrespect, especially
yeah,
as a woman, I think in the creative
especially as a woman.
industry.
Do you know how many, bro? Do you know how many moments in the last 2 years that I've had of me having random memories of people that I ended up working with, and I realized that they was trying me, but I was so naive and so blind to it to where I was ignoring it that it didn't fly. But it was like, oh, you was trying to see if I was
Yeah,
green.
yeah.
No.
And a lot of
Like,
and here's the thing too. And I think if you're listening to this and you're like, well, bitch, I am green. I don't know.
hold on.
To that I say educate yourself, find other people, like other women, and it don't even got to be like, same race or whatever, but like just go find other like-minded people who are women who are done been in the industry for a little bit, and just ask to peep game. Is it gonna always work out where people are just gonna give you candid advice all the time? No. But then, again, take it with a grain of salt and just start to listen. Like if somebody is always saying so and so, whenever he be working with people, he get a little handsy. Like, bitch, I don't know. Listen. Like, don't be like, oh, he's not gonna be
Yeah,
handsy with me. You might
that's
not be the
crazy.
exception to the rule, bookie boo. So, or so and so don't pay, or so and so doesn't give you credit. I think those are moments where you can kind of,
Bro, and
heed
man, I am
heed people's, warnings, if you will, or the subversive warnings, if
I
you
am
will.
so that and also like I am such a person and I told you this like in general because of what I've been through. Um, if I navigate something like that, I will outwardly ask you, what am I like if someone was to come about and be like, such and such doesn't have credit, and let's say I work with such and such. Immediately when such and such comes to me for a project, I'm going to say, what credits am I getting? Like you get what I'm saying? Like
No facts,
I
no facts, facts,
I'm
facts,
going to
facts.
verbate like I'm
Subvert whatever
whatever the
bullshit they be
problem
on.
was perceived with the last person, I'm going to hit it straight.
Yeah.
Let me know.
So there's no confusion.
And yeah, and most times like people will show their hand in a response.
Yeah.
You just gotta pay attention. Like
I really think,
people
yeah, a
will
lot of it is
people
really
will
paying
show their
attention.
hand in a response, bro. Be direct with somebody. Hey, what credits am I getting with this? Hey, what am I blah blah blah.
Even with
They
some
people
of
will show their hand.
the,
I've had people question me on things, and I'm like, and I'll give them an answer. It doesn't bother me that you ask me. It has to like
it
definitely. I
doesn't make
need
sense. Yeah,
sensibleness.
right.
I need
Within reason, for
sensibleness,
sure.
but ultimately, like I'm not afraid of people asking me stuff as far as like photo services or like what they get or models or whatever. Like I'm not afraid of that at
I
all. But
also think I'm
just
very
has to
vocal
you have
too
to
about
ask.
telling people,
You got to be
like
understand. You got to
fellow
also be in
peers.
real, huh?
I said, be like having those conversation with your peers too, because I think a lot of times too, a lot of people be like, "Oh, I'm not trying to gossip," and it's like you would know when I feel
I
like
think you
you
can
know when
also
there's that
not
line
gossip
of
without saying
gossip.
names. That'd be another thing too. I think people swear they have to. I hate this, and this happened to me when I was first in like submerging myself into the scene. This scope or of like having to name drop. You do not need to name drop. You do know that, right? Like everybody, you do. If you
I'm
decide
gonna
you
be
want
honest with
to,
you. It depends on who I'm talking to, because at some point I'm like, you don't know
it
who the fuck
definitely
that
depends
is.
on who you're talking
You're
to, and
not
if
gonna
you
know
feel
who
like
that is, and I don't have to
yeah, and if you
elaborate
feel
on it.
like
So
it's a
I'm just gonna
trusted
keep
source,
talking.
but for
Yeah.
me, I feel like me adding on a name doesn't even help for real. Like I will not say a name off the sake of me possibly knowing that you know who I'm talking about, and I don't need you actually misconstruing what I'm saying because
Oh yeah. If it's that type of instance,
will
for sure. Yeah. I'm
some
just gonna
people will you
allude.
will try to focus on a interaction or a dynamic of which something has went about or a process of like I could it could have did this and that,
Yeah.
and then now it went back to somebody and it's like. they said fuck your shit and your process is ugly. That's not what I said. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Or maybe, and like I said earlier, like we're creatives, we all have different
And then
processes.
take it
Sometimes we'll get
personally.
frustrated
Yeah.
and it's like such and such is not doing this. I want them to do this, but whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? You keep it
Yeah.
pushing. Now it's like been understood as this
Construed,
thing when
yeah.
really it was just a moment of probably stress and just being, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Flipping with
so
your
it's just,
words. Like I said, we're all human. Like
yeah, for me,
you're gonna
yeah.
have a
And it's
moment,
like,
even
for
if it's with
me,
a friend or who a close colleague or a
yeah, I
peer.
be having moments with you. I'll be like, bro, she tripping. Like, I don't even got time for it, but she got it. Like, and I'm sure it's the same on your end. But if somebody was to hear me say that and they didn't know, or they wanted to stir shit or still whatever, oh, Denise said Keirra be on bullshit. Da, 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 da. No, I just had a moment of frustration, and it was just what it was. And now we moved on,
Well, because then
and
too, it's like
things
you
are
also don't
happening.
know whose relationships are what that they could say certain things like, and you taking it personally yourself for them, and it's like now you just started this whole thing. Like I think it's very
Exactly
like it reminds
why.
me of like the Housewives, where someone gets offended for somebody else, and then now it's a
Yeah, and
whole
it's like, girl,
thing.
you just got beef with her. Just say you got beef. Don't do this. Like, I don't understand.
Correct.
I don't like that.
Because it's like if
But
me and my bitch can talk like that, then why are you
then it's
pressed?
just what that, yeah,
Yeah, like
exactly.
if they
But
have
for
that type of
me,
rapport, then
I'm a person that it has to make sense for me to like talk about. If it doesn't make sense or it's not like relevant to the
yeah.
conversation, I'm not talking about it. Even if it's a L, still not talking about it.
I've noticed
Even
here
if I feel
lately
like
with
sometimes
people.
I might need to warn you, still not talking about it. Like I'm just
I've heard noticed here recently because I think I've just always ebbed and flowed. I've never really thought about it. Also, too, if I'm talking to somebody, I know how to allude. But there's here recently where I have been kind of like no, and people's response because they feel like I am very open with stuff. I think they just never realized it. I've never necessarily realized it. Depends on who I'm talking to. I feel like it's not really a good example of me talking to you because I don't really have a filter with you for real, for real. So that's not really a
right.
good example. But like when I'm having conversations with other people and I have like started to be a little bit more,
Closed off.
yeah, closed off, and people are like, "What are you talking?" Like just like say it. I'm not
No,
gonna.
what are you talking about? Just say what you're saying.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I
And
am.
you're
I'm
like, I
telling
said
you.
enough.
Yeah,
Listen to
like
what
I
I'm
like
saying. You
here,
trying
like
to get more
listen to the
detail.
scenario. I was like, the
Yeah, you
details
trying
aren't
to
really
get,
gonna
yeah, you
give
trying to
you
get
any
meat and juices and
knowledge.
bones and stuff. Why are you trying to get all that? I told
Yeah.
you, look at this.
Hell, even you did it
Answer
one
this.
time here recently, y'all. She got so upset. No, I was playing. She wasn't mad, but it was just funny because she was like, "I don't. I just feel like you try not to tell me." It's like when people aren't used to you not giving certain information, they will try and like
Try to
use it
get it
as
out
a
of you, pry it out of
like
you,
a you
yeah.
thing. And
And
I
I'm
think
like
you just got to be
super,
firm
man,
in
for
who you
me, that's
are
like
and
so
what you
easy
gonna
for me to
stand
do.
for.
I'd be like, I ain't
Some
even
people
ask you all
really
that.
just
Focus on
don't.
this.
I've started here recently, like listening to the pod because I do know we are two very strong people and strong-willed people when it comes to stuff. But I do want to make sure like we're keeping in mind that like not everybody has this type of bravado naturally that comes to them. And with that, and I don't want them to feel like, oh, well, they always like that. We just do it. And it's like, yeah, sometimes it is a just do it, but there are other
And
times where it's
sometimes it's
like,
not.
yeah, it's just it's not. And so that's why I'm saying like at the end of it all, if you can say it with your chest, and if you can't, don't say it with your chest. Just don't say nothing at all.
Ultimately, this goes back to you just speaking your truth amongst being in certain people's spaces,
Yeah,
projects, or whatever. Like, as long as you're sticking true to what you're saying and
yeah.
also
I'm always for
being
advocate of
mindful
that.
of like your boundaries and your what you're capable of for real. Like, some
Yeah.
people are capable of being indifferent. They're not. Like, you know what I'm
That's it.
saying? Some
Yeah.
people just are not. And I just told you I'm not capable of being indifferent with people I feel like that slighted me. Like, I'm not there yet.
I'm capable.
And
Yeah, it's certain topics
will
for
I
me
ever get
where I'm
there?
always
Will I
be kind
ever
of
get there?
passionate.
I'm not sure. I think I will. Right now, though, I feel like I've gone so much time with giving grace that I just want to be petty. So that's just what I'm at, where I'm at right now. If I'm being honest, it's not even like I really care. It's just like, oop, I want to be petty because I wasn't petty when I should have been. So now it's like I'm just vindicating myself right now. Like,
I
so,
mean, hey, valid for
hey,
me. I feel like it makes sense to me.
it works. It does what it. Do you know, random sidebar? Brahms, that just went through my head right now.
I had that for lunch.
Anyways, really?
Yeah,
I'm thinking about a sherbet for you so bad. It's
I
calling
had
my
that for
name.
lunch. Really, it was supposed to be dinner last night, but
Y'all people who have never had Brahms, I hate that for y'all.
yeah,
Really do.
you've
For
only
real
ever
do.
eaten White Castle. I hate that for you even more
Ew.
because it's fucking nasty. If
I
you
can't
like
say
In and
ew.
Out, that's even worse.
Ew, yeah, I can't say In and Out ew. Ew. In and Out is
Um,
a poof.
there's another fast food joint that's on the East Coast that I can't stand.
You did say you didn't like we just got it.
No, I didn't say it wasn't bad. I said it wasn't
I
just all
said
that. I said
if
it reminded me
Plankton
of
made a
Five
burger,
Guys.
I'm not even joking. If Plankton
Don't
made a
deny
burger
that. I'm not gonna hold you. I agree with you on that
and it
one.
was from the hologram and they gave it to us in real life, it
Yeah,
would taste exactly like a Shake Shack burger.
I agree. I, however,
I
gave it
want
a little
somebody
step
to
up.
try and tell me that
I
would
gave it a
not.
little step up though. I said it was like it was on par because again, I think a lot of people don't realize that we got a lot of restaurants and a lot of burger joints, local burger joints too. Nigga, we got cows, like be so for real. Like we got the cows to butcher and the butcher to hamburger. Like we have the chain supply here. That there's a lot of burger places,
Yeah.
SMBs, Five Guys. Like we
Yeah,
have all of
SMB's
the.
is good. SMB's is
I still
good.
haven't actually had this.
It's been a minute, but SMB's
There's
is
like some new place called Danky Burger that I've heard is really good.
I heard that, but
Um,
honestly, I have not been there. But regardless, yes.
there's just a lot of burger places. I'm like, bro,
This is a pro Brahms podcast.
listen, don't come on here
Brahms,
talking crazy about Brahms. You might get booed. That'll be the first time y'all ever
you're
see us
getting
kick somebody
booted,
off
you're
this like
getting
the
jumped.
fucking Bel Air, the Fresh
You're
Prince of
getting
Bel Air.
jumped. And surely don't come on here talking about In and Out is better than Brahms. Surely you're
Boo boo
getting
boo boo
banned.
boo. And with that being said, this has been Keirra
And Denique on Unpaid Invoices, you already know.
Whoop.
Tune in when you can. It has
Yup.
always been a pleasure. And we'll speak to y'all next time.
Yeah, Brahms, if you hear this, call me.
Shout out. I love y'all, Sherman Freeze.
I love that chocolate
Orange.
chucking mocha. I can't say it. I mess it up every time. Cappuccino, chicken, shake, something like that.
Bye.